me if you're guilty of this. Every day, before you go to sleep, you watch Netflix until you get tired. And then, when you wake up, the first thing you do is check your phone and browse social media for an hour or so until you tell yourself, hey, maybe I should get off my bed and do something. There's a quote by Tim Ferriss that says, if you win the morning, then you win the day. Now, I've come to the realization that I'm most productive in the nights and in the afternoons, but I'm never productive in the mornings. It's like my brain has this little bump that it has to go over before it gets productive, and I realized, what if the cause of this bump is because the first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is go on my phone? What if, instead of going on my phone, I choose to do something more productive instead, such as reading a book? Now, I know what you're thinking, because I'm a mind reader, and I'm psychic, and I can read minds, and you're probably going to go like, Owen, are you seriously saying what I think you're saying? Reading, out of all the things that you could have done, you chose reading. Like, reading is the most boring thing on the planet. I used to read a lot as a child, but not anymore. Now, I just wanted to tell you that it is not your fault. I think everyone started off like that. I think everyone, as a kid, I used to read a lot, like a lot. I would go to the library every single day, and I would just get like 2 bags full of books, and I just come home, and wow, it was a lot. But then, somewhere along the lines, I got my first video game console. And as an 11-year-old, if I had an hour of free time and I had to choose between playing video games and reading a book, without hesitation, every single time, I would definitely choose video games. But it wasn't until 8th grade that I actually despised reading. So you see, I don't understand why schools do this. They give you a book to read, and then they test you on it, or they make you write an essay on it, and the only way that you do well is if you read the book. Now, once you take out the essay and you take out the test, there's no incentive for you to read anymore. So for most people, the last book they read was whatever book they read last in high school. But I was doing research one day on the most wealthiest people on the planet and their habits, and you want to know what I found out? Warren Buffett, he spends 80% of his time reading. Bill Gates, he reads 50 books a year, which is almost a book a week. Lastly, we have Elon Musk. You know, Tesla, SpaceX, going to Mars guy. Yeah, this guy, he learned how to build freaking rockets. Rockets, I tell you, because he read a bunch of books about them. In grade school, he would read 10 hours a day. Damn, if these billionaires are reading that much, and they're spending so much of their time reading, then obviously they must be doing something right, you know? So I decided to test this theory, because in the morning, I needed to do something else other than scroll on my Instagram feed. So instead of going on my phone and browsing social media, I decided that I would pick up a book and read. And I've been doing this for a couple of days now, and I've seen some interesting results. Let me tell you what they are. The first is you feel a lot more free. In the age of social media, whether you want to admit it or not, you are subconsciously comparing your life to someone else's. So it only makes sense for you to post the highlights of your life. You know, like, oh, hey, look at me, I just got this brand new iPhone. Or, oh, hey, look at me, I'm just skydiving out of a plane. Nope, I don't have a fear of heights, even though theoretically I could possibly die, you know? So then you start comparing other things, such as physical appearances and body types. I know I'm guilty of this. I compare myself to Austin Dunham all the time. Austin Dunham is a fitness model, and I know that might not ever look as jacked as him, but like I still compare myself to him, even though it's not necessarily good for my self-esteem. The second thing I've noticed is that my focus has gotten a lot better. In today's society, life feels really hectic. Everywhere you look, left and right, it always feels like you're constantly bombarded with distractions. And sometimes it makes your brain feel a little unclear. Reading, however, is a linear thing. You start and then you finish. You don't jump in between pages from 7 to 21 to 21 to 49. You just read in a straight line. And just being able to focus on one thing in the morning just feels really relaxing and feels really good. The third thing is that reading can actually change your life and rewire your brain. Let me tell you a little secret. Books are literally cheat codes that you can download in life. Now, you may not realize this, but It takes someone years and years to write a book. That's years and years of advice wrapped up in this one little book, 300-page book. Now, once you've read this book, all this information from this book goes into your head. Now, you don't have to use every piece of information that you get in this book, but like a video game, you can pick and choose what item you want, similar to what advice you want to follow. And let me tell you, you become way more knowledgeable, and it really does open more viewpoints about the world. It makes you see the world in a different way. Anyways, that is it for today's video, guys. If you guys like the video, drop a like, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subs. Just before I go, I'm going to give 3 book recommendations that I believe everyone should read. These are very valuable, and I've learned a lot of lessons from them. First one is 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. Second one is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And the third one is Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. I don't know the author, but yeah, until next time, guys, later.